And I wasn't gonna go live, but I'm waiting for my content to finish uploading, so I said that little time. So, how y'all feeling? I pray y'all are doing amazing. This not gonna be long. It was just on my spirit to talk about it. And you guys know with this live segment, this is CCC live segment here at Next Level Transformation Talk, where we navigate through connections, confessions with clarity. And so we're going to really be diving into, as you saw on the topic, peace comes with a price. And when I say that, and what I mean by that is, hold on, yeah, okay. What I mean and what I when I say it comes with a price is, it goes with something else that Holy Spirit's been speaking to me, where the truth about sacrifice. And you have to, a lot of times we're in connections, right? We're in relationships with other people, and we realize that we don't have peace in those relationships, whether it's friends, family, or intimate. We realize that we are struggling to find peace. We're struggling to find wholeness and complacency within these relationships. And we don't think it's because of the connection in itself. We don't think it's because of the relationship in itself. We actually start to filter through everything else except for the relationship. And if we become honest with oneself and we realize that sometimes we have to sacrifice relationships to find internal peace, then a lot of us will have more center, more grounding within oneself more than we do now. A lot of us are in a space mentally, emotionally, spiritually of chaos and confusion simply because we're not willing to sacrifice relationships to find inner peace, inner alignment. I know we say that we're willing to do it until it comes down to actually putting forth the work and really doing it. A lot of us are still in this space. And baby, it took me a very long time to release connections to really obtain the peace that I have today because I didn't want to let them go. I didn't want to release the connections or the relationships that I grew to love and build for so long. But I knew I had no peace dealing with these people. I had no clarity dealing with these people. I was always questioning everything, being with certain people, being in certain environments, being connected to certain people, and I had no internal peace. And I knew I had to either release the relationship or lose myself. A lot of us are willing to lose ourselves. Um, a lot of us, oh, hey, a lot of us are willing to lose. Hey, 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 Liam. A lot of us are willing to lose ourselves instead of sacrificing the connection to find inner peace. And this is probably why I was called to really come and do this live because um, sometimes we're in a space mentally, but really emotionally, where we feel as if we can find peace in someone. And the longer we with them, the longer we lose our peace, thinking that it will spin a block and come back if we continue to be with this particular person or be around these particular people. Again, it doesn't mean that it has to be intimate. I had no peace with friendships too. Okay, a lot of my friendships were very much one sided, very much toxic, very much chaotic, very much drama filled. And so, anytime I would hang with them, go around them, I ain't had no type of peace. It was nothing but chaos and dysfunction, right? And I don't dwell and I don't thrive in chaos and dysfunction. And I was wondering why I couldn't find no peace. And so you have to be willing to sacrifice relationships for internal peace. A lot of times you may love this person, but you also have to be honest with yourself and be like, I gotta let you go. I had to do that on several different occasions, but it's hard. Nobody's saying it's easy, but it's again, it's the choice that you have to make. I say this all the time in my videos. If you haven't already checked out all the other transformation talks, I say this all the time. It's a choice to change. We all have the choice to change, right? A lot of people don't want to change. A lot of people like to be in dysfunction. This may be you. A lot of people like to be in chaos. A lot of people like to be in hectic, drama-filled relationships, connections, they get off on their rocks being in that type of environment. Not me. I like calmness. I like peace. I like my spirit is calm. My spirit is peace. I'm a tranquil individual. And it got to a point personally where I had to ask myself, I said, I love these people. I love being with them. I love hanging with them. I love spending time with them. But I didn't love losing myself. I didn't love dealing with chaos. I didn't love dealing with drama every single day. I didn't love, being intoxicated just to hang with certain people. It was certain friendships that I had where I had to be intoxicated being with them. Like it's like if we wasn't drinking or smoking, we don't need to hang because I couldn't tolerate them sober. Hey, 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 King. So it was just like I had to really ask myself, and this is why I did this live segment because a lot of us are in this internal conflict with oneself and just be like, I want peace. I want, I do. I want peace. I want to wake up one day and be stress free. I want to wake up and just be like, I'm thankful for today, not having to deal with drama, not having to deal with chaos, not understanding that in order to get to that space, you got to sacrifice some of these connections. You got to let some of these people go. Okay. I know it's not ideal. You've been friends with them since you was a tot. Understand you've been hanging with them and it's family. Let's talk about it. Yeah, how old do I look? It's like family. Some family members, you love them down, you appreciate them and everything they taught you, everything that they've shown you, but you understand that they don't provide peace. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Add 17 to that. And you find yourself where it's like, okay, do I want to continue to be around chaos and dysfunction, or do I want to really find and know what peace feels like? And you have to come to some term within your life to ask yourself this question. You have to be just like, what is more important? Is it continuously being connected with people who does not bring anything to my life but chaos and dysfunction? Or do I want to have internal peace and actually know what it feels to be stress free and not having to deal with people's drama and dysfunction? Okay. We have a tendency of not wanting to ask us this question because we know what the answer is going to be. Get a little personal, King. um, and so we find ourselves avoiding that question and wondering why it's so hard to adapt peace and why it's so hard to adapt internal calmness and tranquility within our lives simply because we don't want to ask ourselves this question. We have to be, I don't want to say okay, but we have to be in a space emotionally, mentally, but spiritually okay with releasing. And I think that's one of the challenges that we all struggle with is releasing, right? It's not easy to release, and it's not just people, places, right? It was a hard time me releasing my favorite club spots and lounges, right? It was hard, but I knew going to those places, it was just nothing but it was no calmness with it. It was just always hectic drama, chaos. It was fun. Understand, we get lit all the time, right? We had those moments of turning up all the time, but it wasn't the environment that I was ultimately at this stage in my life is I don't want to engage in that. And so I had to be okay with releasing. I had to be okay of letting go. I had to be okay with taking a step back and finding a new place to encounter, a new place to chill, new place to hang that provide more calmness and resonated with my current self, right? This is why I say peace comes with a price. A lot of times you gotta ride solo dolo energy to find peace. That's hard for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like being by themselves, right? And I was going to talk about codependency too, because that comes with it, right? If you have a hard time being by yourself, you struggle with codependency. And it's something that, you know, a lot of people don't want to admit. A lot of people don't want to um, acknowledge because it can look a certain way. You may feel like you look a certain way if you are codependent, but we have all been in those spaces. We all have been codependent at some point in our life. So it's not something to be ashamed of. It's just something that you know you have to work through. Again, acknowledgement, right? If you're wanting internal peace, if you want calmness in your life, then you have to acknowledge the things that's bringing disruption, bringing chaos, bringing dysfunction. You have to acknowledge it. You can't ignore it. And maybe that's where the disconnect is. You guys trying to obtain peace, but ignoring what's bringing chaos. Yeah, your friend. She bring drama to your doorstep every single day, but you don't want to accept it. I know, because that's your homegirl. Your mom is bringing nothing but headache and heartache to your doorstep every single day due to the fact that she suffers from codependency. So she don't want to let you go. And so the fact that she don't want to let you go, you can't live your life. And you're wondering why you don't got no peace when you're around her. That part. Okay. I know that's your sister. I know you love her. You love her. That's your brother. You love him. But you understand every time you guys talk, it turns into an argument because they don't understand the proper way to communicate. They take a offense to everything that's being said. So you are wondering why you don't have no inner peace anytime you're around them. Baby, peace comes with a price. You got to cut the cord on some of these people if you're wanting inner peace. Now, if you don't want inner peace and you're cool with how things are, this live ain't for you. This live is for people who are looking to gain inner peace and don't know how to go about it, right? This live is for the people who are wanting to actually adapt true and internal peace and understand the concept that it comes with a price. You got to cut the cord on some of these people, whether it's personally, professionally, or spiritually. All right. It was a few people who I did not align spiritually. And I was wondering why my spirit felt bogged down and heavy every time I got around them. I just thought it was because, they was going through their own personal stuff, but being spiritually connected as heavy as I am, I feel too much. And so if I feel heaviness just being in your presence, that disrupts my internal peace. I can't be around you. I understand you got some internal things going on. I get it. That's very much clear. That's very much evident from the way that I feel. But I can't engage on the way that you're wanting me to because my internal peace matters. Because my peace does not just rely on myself. I have children. I can't be in chaos and dysfunction with children. Okay, my peace matters, and I have to, and you have to kind of have this mindset. Because granted, I know a lot of y'all got kids, okay, that is struggling to find inner peace, right? Listen, if I was single, no kids, right? I'm single relationship wise, but no kids. Like if I ain't had that type of bond connection with no, like that type of thing, baby, I would not be tolerating nothing at all, at all. I wouldn't be tolerating anything if that was the case. Because if you have that much free time where you don't really have no obligation to nobody, then you really shouldn't be tolerating no dysfunction, no chaos, no drama. To be honest with you, you should actually have no problem cutting things and cutting people off. But I understand if you have obligation ties to some people, it's not that easy. So you create boundaries in order to adapt your internal peace, right? I get it. I get it. It's hard and it's not always easy, but it's something that is very possible for you to adapt. You can do it if you want inner peace. Now, if you don't want inner peace, then I guess that's not for you. Dinosaur coat. What? What are all these names? Make explain them to me. What is it? Ween ween? Explain it to me, cause I don't get it. Share the joke with everybody. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Those that dived in, those connected, I appreciate y'all. I saw all the likes. I saw all the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Share this live for somebody who don't understand that peace comes with a price. Right? Some people feel peace is free and it's not. It comes with a price. You got to do some sacrificing. You got to cut some cords. You got to do release. But you also got to sit in acknowledgement. And that's another struggle that people have, right? You trying to adapt peace, but you don't want to take accountability and sit in self awareness and self reflection. Like how it kind of goes both ways. Okay, I get Pinocchio, but what about Pinocchio? Maybe you need to go ahead and exit this live for me, love, because all these characters you throwing in tells me you don't sit in oneself. You struggle with self identity. So, but I'm gonna pray for you, love. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be a blessing, y'all, unto others, but know that y'all blessed too.